Yeah, right, Petal. I'm gonna take my hat off because I came out without my hat. I'm gonna think it probably fell off when I was unconscious. I dare say that could not have played out any worse, given that the First Command and Lord Atty are not here to take control of the situation. I spoke with the messenger who said they would be returning shortly, but until they do, naught will be done. Lord Emmy has retreated to the barracks and is refusing to speak to anyone. Therefore, it falls to us to ensure the order has been fully restored. Come, let us walk the street and speak with the people. Is her body still up there? No. We still have like this thing here. Alright, we have a spirited stonecutter. Hello. I heard the rumors that the young lord was a drunken fool. What imbecile! Though it would be a good idea to let him have... What imbecile thought it would be a good idea to let him have the run of Falcon's Nest? Well, let's say him and Sir Emmerich take their bloody chains and shove it up their arse. I'll not be taken in by that rot again. Oh, shit. Okay, we have a highborn merchant. My wife and I fell while fleeing with the others at first. The surgeon tended to our bruises afterwards. Those mad fools have ruined everything, and for what? I don't know. Oh, there's one more person up here? Yeah. Just hello. They were wrong to resort to violence, but when I heard her speak, her words were a dagger in my heart. Who are we to decide that enough is enough, that their call for justice can never be answered? Will it be the end of it, or will there be other like them and the true brothers? I do not want to bear steel against my kinsmen ever again. I do not know if I ever can. Thank God the dragons aren't here yet, or this would have looked really bad. Tancred. Well, what say you? People are reasonably upset. So the violence has passed, but the people are far from recovered? That is to be expected. For the moment it appears that no innocent were harmed by the guards. The blame for all casualties can be placed squarely upon the protesters. Nevertheless, the people will not soon forget the image of a young lordling ordering the public execution of an unarmed protester, one whose word resonated with the heart of many. After all, who among us has not lost loved ones? But he didn't say kill her, he said stop her. Lord Artie and the First Commander should have returned by now. To the tavern then. Their first order of business will be to speak with Lord Emmy, and I somehow doubt that he has moved an ilm since we last saw him. My apologies, Malicity. I bear full responsibility for this debacle. There will be time for that later. For one, I'm more concerned about picking up the pieces. What do we do now? According to initial report, the protests were orchestrated by the young woman whom Lord Emmy ordered shot. She and her conspirator infiltrated Falcon's Nest, posing as servants and guests. Several were taken alive, others resisted and were struck down. Still others took their own lives. Our forces suffered casualties as well, but by the grace of the Fury, no civilians were seriously injured. Still more remarkable, the ringleader yet lives. For the time being, at least. The surgeon are doing what they can for her, but she may not live through the night. Given their impeccable timing, it's likely that the convictor who drew us away from the hamlet were in league with the protester. Accordingly, we have detained them for questioning. I'll be sworn that these villains spent as much effort plotting the failure of this peace conference as we did its success. Well, if the mood of the hamlet is any indication, there have been the more fruitful labours. In the wake of the protest, the people seemed disillusioned. You spoke with him then, I see. Sir Aymeric placed his trust in me. It would be difficult to explain what has happened here. Remember how far we have come. First Commander, the people's faith may be shaken, but we convinced them before, and we will do so again. If we can find a means to remind them, to show them once more the promise that change holds for all, then this tragedy shall soon pass into the past. We must pray that you're right. Nevertheless, for the time being, I have no choice but to suspend the peace conference, pending Sir Aymeric's final decision. Under the circumstances, I cannot leave Falcon's Nest. Majesty, will you deliver the report to Lord Commander in my stead? Sure. Get up, Emmy. You're going with her. Go on without me. I was not asking. You will answer for your action in person, is that clear? Yes, my lord. Come on, right. Your manservant is not here. In fact, I have not seen him for some time. Honorite? Honored? I could have sworn he was. That's not good. I too had best remain here for time. I should hope that the worst has passed, but it's too early to say for certain. Once I have determined that my presence is no longer required, I will return to the capital as well. Pray give my regards to the Lord Commander. I think he really likes Sir Aymeric. Oh, there he is. Why are you sitting on the ground, buddy? All right.
Onawa!
Oh, Onawa.
No, no! What have they done to you? Onawa! Onawa!
Oh, he's alive, okay.
Is that you, my lord? You seem rather flustered.
Because of you, you imbecile! What in the seven hells happened to you?
My apologies. Some few of the guests expressed a wish to leave, and I implored them to stay. It would seem they took issue with my request.
Oh, gods forgive me. If I had only been more careful with my words.
Do not blame yourself, my lord. I know that you and your brother have Ishgard's best interests at heart. That poor woman. She lives in the past, clinging to the memories of the lost. But the future holds so much promise, so much joy. And you know that better than any.
Onawa?
Calm yourself. The boy will live. But it's imperative we get him inside and into the care of a Kairoujian without delay.
Okay, what?
Oh, we were so close! Why does it all have to fall to pieces? Don't they want to live in peace? Don't they want to be happy? We all want the same thing! And still it falls to pieces! Tell me, what was I supposed to do? Someone, anyone, tell me, what was I supposed to do?
Stop looking to others. You make your choice and you live with the consequences.
know about consequences? You who always know just what to say and just what to do. Your every deed is greeted with a round of applause.
What did you expect?
You know nothing about me. I have fought tooth and nail for the people I hold dear. Done everything in my power to save them. And I have failed. Learn to live with it. I have.
That was good. I think that was a good learning moment for Emmy. Now, can we get the boy inside, please? Hi, you just passed out. I will take him to the surgeon. It's the least I can do. I didn't quite catch what Thangred called the doctor. I may have overreacted, but it needed to be done. He was becoming hysterical. Yeah. I understand the desire to look for reason, for excuse, to convince yourself you had no choice. But the past is the past, and there is naught to be gained from reliving our mistakes. I know this, but he... well... Thangred has lost all patience with the Lord Emmy. Yeah. I have no desire to wait for the Lordling to emerge from his puddle of self-pity. We have important matter to attend to in Isgard. Oh, so we have to just go to Isgard to talk to... Alright. I mean... Give the kid a little bit of a break. He's going through, like, a tough thing, and... his whole world view has just been turned upside down. The whole belief system of his nation and the belief of his family and in turn where he believed he was in society is just changed. And he's trying to still like do his best to bring some peace. So I understand that like it's frustrating and scary. So we have to give him a little bit of a break. I think he's gonna come out really well. He seems like a fine kid when he's not too full of himself. You're expected, miss. Pray proceed. Will do. Will we get some voice acting? Oh, hey, Count Edmund. We received troubling report from Falcon's Nest. What befell you there? Wow, well, your son got punched in the face by my friend. That's something. Alright. Word of the demonstration and its resolution outstripped you, Malicity. Every man, woman, and child of Isgard has heard the tale. This rumor from my youngest lack of judgment was to blame. Of course, such stories are prone to exaggeration. What exactly did come to pass? Well, like I don't think he meant to have the woman killed. He just wanted her to stop. And he wasn't thinking clearly. He definitely didn't do what was best. I see. So that is the truth of it. Yeah. Regardless of his intent, the result is undeniable. He has furthered the cause of the misguided few who cannot let go of the past. In an instant, the delicate peace we were poised to forge is once more beyond us. To dwell so deeply on the war and the vengeance, it begets only for that to be taken away. Is it any wonder that they were left bereft? For what was the sacrifice? Have we naught to show for our suffering? I thought peace a suffering self, but mayhap I was mistaken. We are warriors, Lord Edmund, and ours is nation built on centuries of warfare. Right or wrong, this is who we are, and we deny it at our peril. To hold on to the past without being beholden to it, we must need find a way to honor the sacrifice of our forefathers without glorifying in their excesses. A difficult path, to be sure. We dare not deny the scars which mar our nation's soul, lest we spur other disillusioned soul to retrace them. But as you say, we dare not revel in past glories either, for they are tainted all. A clear, unambiguous enemy and an undeniably righteous cause is a bitter reflection, but lies though they were, they did long serve to unite us. No truth will ever serve us well, I fear, yet we are not without options. At our last meeting, a proposal was tabled by the other member of the Eorzean Alliance for joint military exercises to strengthen the ties between our nation and test our readiness to meet with a common threat. I had thought to delay the exercise until after the peace conference, but mayhap a grand melee would be just the thing to lift our beleaguered spirits. Better still, an occasion for Temple Knights and the ones to take the field as allies, an unified Isgardian force filled with men and women from all walks of life, which would stand against a coalition of the allied nation finest. Hosted by Isgard in the shadow of the Gates of Judgment, a victory under such circumstances would serve as a reaffirmation, nay, a declaration to all and sundry that we are strong and united as ever. What if we lose? Such a victory would do much to fan the flames of patriotism, it is true, but if we should be defeated, though even to hold our own against the cream of the three nations might be present as triumph. Very well, you may count on my support for what little is worth. However, I have a request. I would have my son Emmy take part in the grand melee. By his deed has he brought shame upon Isgard, and so, by his deed, I would have him bring our nation honor. As you wish, my lord. If that is his desire, then it shall be so. Now then, we have no time to lose, Melicity. Would you be so kind as to deliver my instruction to Lucia? I shall write to the Alliance leader at once and begin making arrangement for the grand melee. Should you chance to see my son, pray inform him of his duty. If he has not already returned, he will soon enough make every effort to avoid me. Ah yeah, he's avoiding his dad. That makes sense. Hey Thancred. So that is their solution, a grand melee to unite the people? And what part would they have you play in this affair, I wonder? You whom they have taken into their confidence, upon whom they have come so heavily to rely? And will you oblige them when the proposition is made? Will you stand for Isgard once more? Yeah, that's... The thing is, like, I'm part of the... I'm not even part... I'm part of Gridania. That's gonna be awkward. And also, like, should I be in it? It doesn't feel like I should be in it. This should be something Isgard should be doing, not us. It is getting a bit much, isn't it? You say that, and yet here you are. Here we are. This is, after all, the life we chose. In any event, let us not forget that the Ascians sought to profit from war. To put an end to it is to put an end to their plot, and that, my friend, is ever a worthy cause. So for this grand melee of his Sir Imric wishes to field a force comprising both his Temple Knights and Hilda's Watch, yes? I can only imagine what you will have to say about that. In fact, curiously compels me to go and see for myself. I mean, the idea is good. I just don't feel the Warrior of Light should be part of it. Simply because we don't really represent Isgard. Well met, Melicity. Have you spoken to Sir Aymeric? Yes, I have. I was aware of the Alliance request, so Sir Aymeric would turn this exercise into a spectacle for the masses. It is not that I doubt the efficiency of such a plan. Indeed, I know its effectiveness only too well, having witnessed it firsthand. Nevertheless, he has not once given me reason to doubt his intention, and these are desperate times indeed. I will select night for the event forthwith. As for the watch... Did he now? How considerate of Master Thangred to seek out our young watch commander on his own volition. Alas, he acted prematurely. Pray deliver this list of watch candidates to Hilda. I would have her best men, not her most dispensable. Yeah, good thinking. We want this to look good. Me. Hey Hilda. Thangred been telling me all about Sir Aymerich's grand soiree. Seems we're expected to join in. It's nice of him to invite us and all, but I hope he knows what he's doing. Because we ain't dressed to dance with professional bleeding soldiers. Here is this correspondence from Lucia. Well, well, seems the first commander's gone and handpicked her guests. Can't say I disagree with her choice, though. She got a good eye. Will you be fighting too? Reckon it would inspire the lads if you were. Might take their minds off getting their hides tanned and all. Think about it, eh? I hate to ask, but you haven't seen our favourite lordling, have you? Thought not. On the assumption that he is not to be found in his father's loving embrace, I suggest we split up and look for him. I will search foundation and you the pillars. Well, of course he's not gonna be with his dad. I think he's avoiding his dad. Like, poor kid. Really messed up and is really ashamed of it. No servant. Hey. I carried Honoroy to the manor. Our best surgeon are tending to him as we speak. He is yet awake, but surely he will. So father has volunteered me for this grand melee of theirs. Hold on, let me turn off my Discord audio. Here we go. My beloved family, always making my decision for me. No, it's not like that. It's just... you wouldn't understand. How could you? You're free to be the woman you want to be, where I'm a son of House Fortem, don't you see? My future was determined before I was born. What I could and could not do. Right or wrong, that was the way of it, until the old order began to crumble. Now we wander amidst the rubble, searching for a purpose, for a place. Hey, Ark. All around me, brave men and women rise to the occasion. With faith and conviction, they dedicate themselves into their cause, but not I. I was terrified of making the wrong choice, which is why I let better men make them for me. Do this, do that, take this duty, guard this conference. I suppose I had convinced myself I was above it all, until your friend showed me otherwise. When I saw Honoroyd, I wanted to scream, I wanted someone to blame, but in the end, there was only me. So you see, I cannot meekly bow my head and accept father's command. Such cowardice is what brought me to this point. I will go to see Sir Aymeric, and I will make my own decision. Good. That's very good.
Lord Commander, if I may, I wish to speak with you before the Grand Melee.
Tell me if the audio is as good.
Proceed.
I was adjusting it.
How do you do it, my lord? How do you lead with such certainty, when so many of our countrymen will not hear of peace with the Dravanians? Some of them hate you almost as much as the dragons themselves. They decry you as a patricide in the streets. They even tried to kill you, for God's sakes. Yet still you march on, undaunted, where no archbishop dared to tread. What is your secret? Where do you find the strength?
For centuries, our nation has been punished for the sins of our forefathers. If our punishment is to end, I believe we must right the wrongs of antiquity and move forward as a nation united. Needless to say, my father did not share this opinion. He did not believe the people strong enough to bring about their own deliverance, trusting only in himself. Tyranny seemed to him the only solution. But I have faith in the people, Lord Amanalain. I have faith that they will weather this storm and overcome every trial we set before them. Many have fought and died to see this blight upon our nation's history cleansed, and I would not let their sacrifices be in vain. Though we invite reprisals, the risk is worth the reward.
I want to believe. I do. Lord Commander, through my careless orders, a pall has been cast over these proceedings, and I beg the opportunity to make amends. I, Amanalain de Forton, do hereby request leave to take part in the Grand Melee.
Good. See? Taking responsibility. Making his
Who
own
am I
choices.
to deny such a heartfelt plea? We would be honored to have you join the fray, my lord.
You'll take charge of the Ishgardian forces.
For all my other responsibilities, I am still Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and I would not soon yield this duty to another.
The esteemed Sir Emeric leading the Temple Knights and the Watch into battle along with my youngest. I could wish for no more.
Then you wish for too little, my lord. There is another who might yet join the fray. An indispensable ally to whom we owe much and more. An adventurer beholden to none who nevertheless chose to champion our cause, who has shared in our suffering and in our glory.
I'm still part of the
A
Twin
warrior
Ladder.
without equal, who I am privileged to call a friend. There is no one I would rather have fighting by my side. I ask this in full knowledge of your obligations, and will not think less of you should you refuse. But if your conscience will allow it, might you oblige me, my friend, one more time?
I guess. I mean, we've gone this far. Why not?
Together we shall give the people a spectacle for the ages, a celebration to mark the dawning of a new era.
It might help save this nation, so why not? It still feels kind of awkward. God help me, I think it might be love. I dare say it might be cheating too. Your mere presence is enough to turn the tide of most battles. And did you see the way his eyes lit up when you nodded? It was a look of boundless relief and joy. One would think a politician more practiced at concealing his emotion. Still, his honest does him credit. For a moment, I was fair inspired to pledge myself to the cause. But that would be improper. This is their fight, and yours, but not mine. We don't have anything good. What does this shield look like? guess. Can I like wear clothes when I look at this stuff, please? These are kind of pretty. This is also kind of pretty. Oh! Ooh. I'm taking this. This is cool. The grand melee is poised to begin, and Lucia would not be late. Sir Emmerich informs me that the Alliance leaders have agreed to this proposal. The grand melee will be held here in the shadow of the Gate of Judgment and in sight of the capital. An announcement has been made, and Allied forces are currently en route. The eye of Isgard are upon us, Majesty. We must not fail. A rare opportunity to see you pit yourself against Alliance forces, outside of Cartanu, perhaps. I would not miss this for the world. I think it's gonna be good for us. Like the nations.